Busy, busy day. Joining me now with some of the final thoughts on the evening, Geraldo Rivera, Fox News correspondent at large. Great to see you.
Hi, Martha. Great to be here. Thank you.
What's your big? What do you think about what we learned today?
Well, I think that James Comey's bravado is going to be very short-lived. I think that when you read this report, even the summary with the 17 inaccuracies and omissions, etc., he's going to be in for a very rocky road when it comes to John Durham's investigation, the Connecticut special prosecutor up there. Attorney General Barr has already hinted that he is extremely dissatisfied with the conclusion. You know, there's so many things in this, Martha, that bother me so much. For instance, Paul Manafort was under investigation by the FBI in January 2016. He was appointed the campaign manager in Trump in the summer of 2016. Why didn't someone tell candidate Trump that the campaign manager he was selecting was under investigation? Why didn't they tell candidate Trump that there was a counterintelligence probe of his campaign? Why didn't they tell? Because they were setting a perjury trap. Why didn't they tell the FISA judge that the Steele dossier was not vetted, that it was paid for by Democrats? There were so many things that happened.
Yeah, it says in this report that the FBI was not aware of the source that was the patron, is the way they put it, of the dossier. And I remember Jim Comey being asked that by Bret Baier when he did his interview on Special Report. And, it was like a jaw dropper. Like Jim Comey said, well, we didn't know. We didn't know that they were paying for it. Why would you not want to know that?
Because they thought they had the president of the United States by the short hairs. They thought they had him in a counterintelligence probe. They thought that the president of the United States was a spy, was a traitor, was more subservient to Vladimir Putin than he was to the American people. And they kept trying, and they tried, and they tried, and they kept falling short. For example, they wanted the notion planted in the FISA judge's head that the GOP platform was made more sympathetic to the Russians as a result of Carter Page's intervention. That the GOP changed its platform vis-a-vis Russia because of Carter Page and the other Russian operatives within the Trump campaign.
He was going to get like a 50% stake in Rosneft.
And it was totally
the energy company.
False. It was totally false. I mean, it really is so pathetic when you see it. I don't know what James Comey is looking at. Maybe he's just putting on this false face. But my goodness, when you see all the FBI did, I have them in the highest regard, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, a fabled, a legendary law enforcement group. But there's no doubt in this case they were gutter politicians, and they did everything they could to try to make a case. They fell short, and everybody was, and 500 witnesses, the Mueller probe, 25 U.S. attorneys working on it. They kept trying. They kept taking the shot at Donald Trump. They kept failing. They tried, and then they tried to spin it once the investigation was over. It really was pathetic, and it really should give people real pause for concern. If they could do this to a presidential candidate, then a president-elect, and then indeed the 45th president of the United States, what else are they capable?
I encourage everybody to read as much as they can of this report. Read the highlights, see what you think.
Read the summary.
Geraldo,